Biggest difference is, Marty, that now we're looking at a 250cc twin. Big weight difference as far as from a 750 4-stroke to a 250 2-stroke.
And then qualifying, you've got to race your way into the event rather than just turning in a lap time. In fact, let's show you the action from the 2 heat races. First off, in heat number 1, a 5-lap sprint. Watch number 3, Jim Felice. It was a 3-way battle early. The old wily veteran got the lead, but the young teenage sensation, Jason DeSalvo, raced last year over in Europe. He ends up catching and passing Felice to take the victory in heat number 1. So as we take a look at the top 5, it was DeSalvo, followed by Felice. Then as we turn our attention to heat number 2, a 2-way battle here from the start. 2 Californians very familiar with Daytona. Multiple series champion Rich Oliver versus Roland Sands. The entire 5-lap distance, this was a 2-man show. Oliver wins the race and the pole because his 5-lap total time was faster than DeSalvo's. So he earns the pole position. As we take a look at the grid, the top 10, it's Oliver, DeSalvo, Roland Sands, and Jim Felice on the front row. Then Randy Renfro, Chuck Sorensen, and on down through the list. And I gotta believe that it's gonna be one of those first 6 competitors that's going to win this race. No John McGuinness this year, as he has decided not to race after winning here 2 years in a row. Well, during the 1990s, the 250 Grand Prix class was dominated by 2 guys, Jim Felice and Rich Oliver. Here at Daytona, Oliver has won 4 times, Felice twice, and Felice did it over Oliver at his expense. So now after several years apart, these 2 have come back together, and they're on a collision course here on the high banks of Daytona. After racking up numerous 250 GP wins here stateside, Jim Felice went to Europe to seek his fortune, but not before scoring the most emotional win of his life. The scene, Laguna Seca Raceway, the 1988 revival of the U.S. Grand Prix. Number 65, Felice, riding an Irv Kanemoto Honda, won his home country's GP. With Felice in Spain helping out longtime mentor King Kenny Roberts, Oliver dominated the 250 class in the U.S., winning 4 straight titles. After a brief stint in Superbike, Oliver is back in the 250s. Oliver is trying to rekindle his old championship form, while Felice is back stateside in the class which has brought him his most success. The 2 Titans will collide one more time here in Daytona, and although arch rivals, both are card-holding members of the Oliver Felice Mutual Admiration Society.
Out of anybody that I want to race with, it would be him, you know, and I respect him, and I think that makes racing better. You know, if you go out there and you really dislike somebody, you race against him fine, and it might be a little on the dirty side sometimes, and that's not that fun. But you take someone like Jimmy that you respect, you go out there, man, when you beat him, hey, it means something, you know? And when he beats you, you know, he knows he's accomplished something, and he gives you some respect back for it. So I think, yeah, he's my favorite guy to race, for sure.
You know, Rich is definitely prepared already and going out there, and we got the bike late, and we're still trying to figure little things out. But, you know, it's Sunday's a race, and I know Rich is always thinking of me and concerned, and just like myself. But, hey, it's a long year, and Daytona's a good race. Daytona's been good to me in the past, and looking forward to Sunday.
Both Oliver and Felice will be riding Yamahas, and when we come back, we'll get ready to go racing here at Daytona 250 Grand Prix action.
2 eager CEOs. One encouraged his employees to read the Wall Street Journal. The other did not. Let's join them for their 5-year anniversaries and see what happened. Imagine what the Journal could do for you. It's now easier to get the Journal to help you. Get 8 weeks of the Wall Street Journal for just 37 cents a day. That's 50% off the regular rate. Call 800-469-1600. That's 800-469-1600 for the Wall Street Journal.
WBA Super Bantamweight title fight. Champion Clarence Bones Adams versus Jose Rojas. Friday night fights. Tomorrow at 9 on ESPN2.
Monday Night Football, they brought in Dennis Miller, so we decided to give our show a little shot in the arm.
So while Serena sits at home with an injury, Venus Williams is advancing to finals.
Tennis racket! Yeah! NCAA basketball, big dance.
You always have to try new things. You always got to tinker with it, make it better.
The Bulls basketball, look. Why? Why was it so bad?
You know what? It's a very subjective thing.
Next Sports Center, 1 hour from now with Carrot Top. I'm Carl Ravitch. Thanks for watching, folks.
Woo! Smart!
Back here at Daytona, 250 Grand Prix action. The number 7, our pole sitter, Rich Oliver, and his race significantly quicker than the other heat race.
Well, those guys were 15 seconds faster in their heat race, so I expect Rich and Roland Sands probably pull away, but we'll have to see if the young kid, Jason DeSalvo, can hold on to these guys.
DeSalvo squeezed in between them. The light is green, and we are underway. So far, so good through turn 1. And Rich Oliver has gotten the early lead. Here's the second wave taking off. And Rich Oliver has jumped out to the early lead. Roland Sands in second. Jim Felice third. But, boy, right from the get-go, these two trying to pull away.
That's exactly what I expected to happen. I mean, those guys were just so much faster. We'll just have to see how hard they're going to go out. It is a sprint race. There's no pits, so I expect Rich and Roland to take off.
Heading towards turn number 5, puts you out onto NASCAR turn 1. Their first time around here in this race. There's Chuck Sorensen in the number 1, won the championship last year.
Yes, I was speaking to Chuck. He's struggling a little bit with speed, but I expect him to still make a good run, and hopefully he'll be able to defend his championship.
On the high banks for the first time, the draft underway, and it is still a big effect, even though these are smaller bikes.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, these guys are going 165 miles an hour, so you know that the effect of the draft definitely comes into play.
Through the chicane for the first time, and it is still running 1-2. Rich Oliver and Roland Sands.
Well, speaking with Rich, I mean, I know what he's going to try to do. He's definitely going to try to pull away and see if Roland can go with him. The job for Roland right now is not to let him go, because once Rich breaks that draft, it's pretty much over for Roland Sands.
He's trying right now. You see 3rd through 7th. Streaking for the stripe. We'll get a lap time this time by. Of course, with the start, not as quick as it will be after this lap, where they've got full song and full tilt boogie. Felice still trying to reel him back in, but he is not having any success at this stage.
Rich has got his head down. He takes a quick look over his shoulders to see if he's dragging Roland along, and he is. And one thing about Daytona, though, even though sometimes you're quicker, the guy behind is able to utilize the draft and be able to pull up and still race with you.
Oliver, of course, won the championship from 94 through 97 here in 250 GP action. Roland Sands, he only raced a limited schedule last year, but every time he did run, he finished second.
Yeah, he had a good year last year, but one of the other things to point out about Roland, he went over to do the British Series, and he's come back with a lot of speed. I think that we're seeing kind of a new Roland Sands here to be able to put his head down and chase someone like Rich Oliver, who, you know, is a multi-time 250cc champion.
Of course, as they streak around the high banks, the 31-degree banking here at Daytona, now all of a sudden on the outside, Roland Sands taking a look, and Oliver says, no, I'm not going to have any of it.
Rich using a little bit of NASCAR tactics right there, going down under the yellow stripe right there and trying to put some distance and break that draft from Roland Sands. But Roland making all the good moves right now, hanging right in there, got by that lap traffic. Good job.
That was Sandy Nose on the 55 Pro 6 cycle. And here we are in lap 2, and they're already into some slower traffic.
Yeah, these guys have pretty much just checked out from the rest of the field. I mean, it's a good battle up front, but it's even a better battle from 3rd through 6th.
Heading for the stripe this time by. It looks like Oliver will lead lap number 2. And a 155.7. Now that's Jocelyn, Rich Oliver's girlfriend, and tuner.
Yes, I was talking to Rich about that too, and he says that she does an excellent job tuning his bike, and she's mainly doing the jetting changes and some of the smaller things, although she does big engine change parts too.
I wonder what the dinner conversation's like, though, if he screws up after she's giving him a good note.
Well, that's kind of interesting, but she's doing a great job helping Rich tuning his bike. Rich runs his own team. I mean, Team Oliver. He's the most successful 250 racer there ever has been, and I expect him to have a great year. But anything can happen here at Daytona, as we saw last year.
We're looking on the scoreboard right now, and I was looking through, and Jim Felice has dropped back. In fact, on scoring, Felice is all the way back to 9th after a lap of 159. So something happened to Jim Felice, and that drama and that battle that we thought might occur between these old rivals, Rich Oliver and Jim Felice, it's not going to happen today.
No, I think the class of the field today is definitely Roland Sands and Rich Oliver. I mean, Roland running his performance machine. 250's doing just a great job. And you see Rich there just trying to break the draft, but I don't, you know, at this point, I really don't know why he's trying to do something like that, because he knows that Roland's right on him.
As we keep watching this action, let's let you know also that in third place right now is Jason Dave from Goleta, California. And he is well farther back. In fact, he has dropped back now as scoring has made an update. DeSalvo has moved into third. Now they're showing Jim Felice in fourth place. So we may have had a scoring malfunction on that last lap. Bear with us. We'll try and find out if it's going to be there. There is Felice, and there is DeSalvo. So now, yes. So Felice did not fall all the way back to 9th as was listed, although he did have a slow lap last time by. He is in fourth place right now, and that is the battle with Jason DeSalvo. These two squared off in heat race number 1.
Jim Felice on his Corbin Racing motorcycle. He's doing a great job out there, but Jason DeSalvo, I mean, he's kind of a protege of Freddie Spencer. He's sponsored by Freddie Spencer's High Performance Parts. He's doing a great job, and this kid's young, and I'm sure his learning curve is really, really steep at this point.
Checking over the left shoulder to see where the competition is. And DeSalvo doing a lot of racing over in Europe, looking to get that factory ride, move up the ladder. His dad's a former racer. Right now, looking very smooth through the hairpin, the West End. Another bike's coming into this mix now, and these guys working their way through some of the traffic. At 175 is Thomas Palander, and he is in 5th place, so that is a battle for position on the track. Meanwhile, we check back up front. Checking in on Rich Oliver. Now back to that battle for 2nd, 3rd, or I should say 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Looking to the inside, Felice, can he make it work? No, DeSalvo right there, holding on to the spot. Also coming into this, Perry Melnichek. So the battle for 3rd has got 4 bikes involved, while the battle up front is really a 2-man show.
This battle's definitely heated up. You see Perry Melnichek right there. He's probably one of the bigger 250 guys out here. He's making a good run. He was Chuck Sorensen's teammate last year. He finished really high in the point standings, and he's having a good day today at Daytona.
We've completed 4 laps. This group is 12 seconds behind our race leader. So this is a battle for 3rd on the racetrack, unless something happens to Roland Sands and Rich Oliver. But these guys are putting on some nice racing, and there is Randy Renfro trying to work his way back into the mix.
Well, just to give you an example of how fast the guys are going out in front, they're almost lapping 3.5 seconds faster than what this second group is right here. So the 2 leaders have definitely checked out.
Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, a lot more action, 250 Grand Prix style here at Daytona.
How much PC can you get for your money? More PC than we can tell you about in 30 seconds. A super-fast Intel Pentium 3 processor, CD-ROM, accelerated graphics, pro-quality audio system, monitor, plus 5 color choices, red, green, blue, purple, and orange. And that's just for starters. The compact Presario 5000T. Let us build one for you. Call us direct at 1-800-336-1366 for all this, plus a free printer or scanner for just $849 after rebate. Hey, do I have time to mention the...
Every day, AmeriDebt helps more people with money problems.
My credit card debt was outrageous. Then I called AmeriDebt. They contacted my creditors and got my payments almost cut in half.
AmeriDebt is a nonprofit organization that offers free consultations to consumers seeking to eliminate their debt.
Every month I pay our credit card bills, but the balances never seem to get smaller.
AmeriDebt got our interest rates reduced, and now the balances are dropping dramatically.
Call 1-800-848-4600. AmeriDebt, helping America get out of debt. Well, I mean, a lot of people went crazy because of the way he played the game before, and he was negative. And also,
How's your bracket holding up? This region is strong, though I'm concerned about my final section. Log on and check your tournament challenge standings on ESPN.com. ESPN's Tournament Challenge, presented by AT&T and EMC.
Back here at Bike Week 2001, Marty Reed along with Thomas Stevens. Down in pit lane, Dave Reef. The battle up front is between Rich Oliver and Roland Sands, but Jim Felice, Jason DeSalvo, here comes Renfro into the mix as well. The battle for third has really gotten good.
This is a good race right here between these guys. They're mixing it up, but it's almost like they're slowing each other down a little bit. And right now with those guys going back and forth, you're seeing Jason DeSalvo pull away just a little bit.
Yes, in fact, DeSalvo has opened up the gap, so let me correct myself. It is a battle for fourth between those three guys. So the youngster, DeSalvo, he's opened up about a 1 second lead over that group. And there you can see those guys trying to reel him back in. There's Randy Renfro currently running in that fourth position.
Randy's he's a great rider. He's been around. He only does a few races. He actually kind of retired from full-time competition. But he's on another performance machine motorcycle, and obviously it's working really good for him today.
Meanwhile, the battle up front, we have a new race leader. While we were concentrating a little further back in the pack, look what happened. Roland Sands finally finds a way on lap number 6 to get around Rich Oliver. But I don't think he's going to hold on to it long.
No, that didn't last very long, but these guys are having a really epic battle right here, and it's actually good to see someone finally stepped up to Rich's level, and it's giving him a run. And they are Tyson. It's these guys, they come up on these lap riders. They're out there giving it all, but you can just see how much faster the two leaders are going at this point.
Well, it was Roland who snapped Rich's 4-year winning stranglehold on the championship in 250 Grand Prix action. Back in 1998, he took the title.
Rich Oliver just getting every little piece of his body tucked in right there to try to become as aerodynamic as he possibly can and try to break the draft of Roland Sands. Rich is really strong coming out of the chicane to the run to the start, run to the checkered flag.
Let's go back and show you the pass when Roland Sands took the lead momentarily. Now we're on the infield portion of the race course through the quick little left-handed kink. Sands just dives underneath.
Yep, he just rolled right in there, picked up the draft, and then stuffed it right underneath Rich. Rich is a little bit hesitant going in there on the brakes, but good job.
Back on that infield section and looking over to check out and see where Roland Sands is located was Rich Oliver. Well, let's talk a little bit about Oliver's ill-fated journey into Superbike and 600 action.
Well, there's another pass for the lead.
Same spot.
Same spot. But just Rich, he had done so well in the 250s for so many years. Yamaha finally said, you know, let's step up, put you on a Superbike in the 600, see how you do. He qualified a couple times really, really well. Unfortunately, during the season, he fell down, hurt his elbow, and it kind of really hurt his chances to, you know, stay up front. And one thing about Superbike racing, if you're not getting it done, there's about 10 people behind you that can and will if you give them the opportunity.
Whoa, look at the way those guys are cutting through the lap traffic. Let's go down pit side. Dave Reef.
Well, Marty, Roland Sands continues to lead this race. 1 year ago, the former AMA 250 Grand Prix champ, former champ, raced in a limited 3-race season, taking second place at each race he entered. I think he's tired of running second, wants to win here today.
Well, right now, he is about 5 bike lengths behind Rich Oliver. He seems to be able to pass him in the infield section, but doesn't have the grunt in the high banks.
Well, I think right now, I think Rich is kind of feeling rolling out because, I mean, if any guy out there has a lot of experience, it's Rich Oliver. And I think what Rich is doing is just saying, okay, where am I faster? Can I lead to the start-finish line? Why doesn't he pass me? You know, all these things come into play as far as with Rich and what he's thinking with his strategy.
Down into turn number 1, one of those 3 carries. Whoa, and look at the dive underneath. Roland Sands again into the infield section. A lot of lap traffic. Ooh, and it looked like the back almost stepped out.
He got it spun up pretty good right there. He almost high-sided coming out of the turn 1.
That's Richard Merhar from Rocky River, Ohio. The lap traffic getting out of the way for the leaders. Nicely done again. tires beginning to become a factor?
Well, I think maybe a little bit of mental pressure. You know, I had already spoken to Rich, and I'm pretty sure I know what his game plan is. He's going to just race around with Roland, maybe frustrate him, try to get him to try a little bit harder, use his tires up a little bit more, and maybe make a mistake. And he came pretty close to it right there, but it was a great save by Roland.
Well, we're working lap 8 of 18, so we still have plenty of race action remaining. Out of turn 5, up onto the high banks again, and this time Sands in front. Can he hold on to it through this 31-degree banking? More lap traffic. Boy, he just can't do it.
No, and that last lap, Roland Sands turned a 54.4. I mean, that's a blistering lap. These guys up front are just running a fantastic pace. I mean, this is what they qualified at.
Down into the chicane, and again, more lap traffic up ahead. You don't see it in camera sight, but they are going to be picking their way through these guys for the rest of the race. It's got to be frustrating. Now, if you're rolling, you're saying, what do I do if I don't have the horsepower? How do I get around and hold on to this guy and pass him heading for that stripe on the last lap?
Well, I think at the same time, you know, Roland's trying to feel Rich out. You can see right here, he's trying to make him pass on him on the outside. He's trying to say, okay, well, where am I strong, where am I not? But it looks to me like Rich Oliver definitely has some power over Roland Sands on the banking.
Heading down towards turn number 1. Again, Oliver able to hold on to the race lead. We've completed lap 8 of 18. Whoa, getting a little dicey right there.
Roland got in a little deep right there, was turning in kind of late. Rich just snuck right back underneath of him. We'll have to see if Roland can use that slingshot out of the dog leg to pass him going into the West End Horseshoe.
Better check the elbows. There might be some marks from the two of them. It was very close. In fact, let's go back and show it to you one more time. These guys are playing rough.
Yeah, those two right there are almost swapping some paint, moving around. The bike's twitching. It's pretty bumpy right there through that kink transition out of turn 1 area.
If it was a Winston Cup race, somebody'd have a donut on the side door. These guys heading up out onto the banking one more time. And it's Roland Sands back in front. About 10 bike lengths. Let's see if he can reel him in.
This will really tell us right here how fast Rich Oliver's motorcycle is, although Roland did pick a little bit of a draft up off those 2 lap riders. Rich Oliver's bike's really running well today.
Still a lot of racing to go here at Daytona in 250 Grand Prix action. We've got to take a commercial break. There's your leaderboard. Stay with us.
The rumble of a big V-twin makes your blood race. You grew up on the pegs of a dirt bike. You could smell a carb running rich from a mile away. Call 1-800-994-3664 to find out how you can become one of the best technicians in the world. Motorcycle Mechanics Institute.
Do that to me one more time. Once is never.
Every so often, a song comes along that captures the first blush of romance. Now you can capture that feeling with Rock and Pop Classics, 2 deluxe albums featuring the greatest romantic hits of all time. Each CD comes in a beautiful 32-page hardcover book with photos and stories about the songs and artists.
Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon.
You once, twice.
You get 2 Rock and Pop CDs and books for only $17.99.
It happens all the time. This crazy love of mine. I get lost in your eyes.
Then you'll have the opportunity to audition other deluxe albums. There's no obligation to buy, and your satisfaction is guaranteed. There's never been an easier way to enjoy the greatest love songs of rock and pop music.
Reunited and it feels so good. I wanna know what love is. Baby, come to me. Let me put my arms around you. This was meant to be. Close the window, come alive, and it will be alright.
I
have the ultimate romantic collection through this special introductory offer. 28 rock and pop hits on 2 CDs plus 2 hardcover books.
We have just passed the halfway mark. We are working lap 10 of 18, and Oliver can't shake Roland. Now, you said you talked to him earlier. Did he feel by the halfway mark that he'd still have this much pressure?
Well, actually, he did. He felt that Roland was going to be there throughout the whole race, but what he was going to do is just try to mix it up with him, maybe fluster him a little bit, get him into a mental mistake. But so far, Roland Sands is hanging tough.
These two guys, to give you an idea of the dominance, they have a 27-second lead over third place Randy Renfro. They're running laps 3 seconds quicker every time around. And here goes Sands again underneath Rich Oliver. Another lead change.
Well, these two lead riders right here are on identical machines, but prepared differently. They're riding the Yamaha TZ250, which is a production-based bike that you can buy if you're a racer. So they have the same machine, but different tuners. I think Rich Oliver's might be tuned just a little bit better.
Here they come to the stripe one more time, and Oliver has gotten around him again. Slower traffic up ahead. That's the 55 of Sandy Nose. Nose is getting a lot of camera time as he's been lapped twice now. Look at the outside move. Roland Sands going to make it stick. Here we go. Last time, yeah, he gets it loose again and more lap traffic. That's Corey Gill on the 15. He gets out of the way.
Roland's got his head down. I mean, this is fantastic riding for him right now. I mean, he is just flat out getting it done, especially in the turn 1 area. And he comes in wide, just took the line right away from Rich and passed him.
I get the feeling these guys are going after each other so hard, so many laps here. Somebody may make a mistake somewhere before this race is over. Look at this last lap, 154.8.
Well, I think one thing that we're seeing right now is as far as these guys trying to feel each other out, I'm pretty sure Roland feels he's definitely faster in the turn 1 area. He's a little bit faster through the infield, but I think he knows that Rich has kind of got him covered when it comes to the banking.
And of course, it's turn 3 and 4 of NASCAR, 2.5-mile tri-oval that you've got to deal with right before the finish stripe. And look at this. On the high banks again, the number 7 of Rich Oliver just streaks on by. I saw 3 slower bikes.
Yeah, these guys are going to come up right here on some lap traffic, but I think they're going to catch them on the banking and pretty much chop these guys up.
On the high side, the first one was Keith Floyd on the number 12. He's from Tallahassee, Florida. Can't pick up the numbers of the other 2 right now.
Great job for those guys, though. A lot of times we always used to say, hey, if you're not out there racing for the lead, don't take the banking, don't go all the way to the high side on the banking, leave a little bit of room, and that's exactly what they did.
Now the margin this time by 0.4 of a second for Rich Oliver heading down into turn number 1. This is about the largest lead he's had all race.
Well, Roland closes it right back up, but he got in there a little hot, almost looked like he lost the front a little bit, just trying to break in there so deep and make that gap up.
Looking at bike number 2, that is Randy Renfro. He is in third place now. He is still heading for the finish stripe. That gives you an idea. Whoa, wait a minute. We talked about it. Roland Sands is down. We mentioned that these two were going so hard that one of them might make a mistake, and it is Roland Sands.
Well, finally, Rollins was just trying to make up that gap, and I know, he ran in there, and it looks like he lost the front because the bike still looks good, and he's back under power.
Here it is on replay. There it is in the International Horseshoe.
There you go. Roland just rode in there, just trying to get a good deep braking. Just hung on to the brakes just a little bit too long, lost the front. Rich Oliver's out in front.
Now, I don't think he was down long enough to lose second spot. What he has lost is contact with the race leader and his probable only chance of winning, because we are now working lap number 12, and Roland back out on the machine. Doesn't look any worse for the wear. I'm sure he's kicking himself pretty good, though.
Well, he was really using the front a lot as far as trying to get in deep into those turns to, pick back up on whatever Rich would pull on him on the banking. So he just overheated his front tire, and down he went.
There's Randy Renfro. He's currently running in the 4th position, according to official time and scoring. Looking for Jason DeSalvo. They say DeSalvo has gotten around him. And there is your race leader, Rich Oliver. And we'll get an idea this time by what the gap will be. Oliver's crossing the stripe, completing lap number 12. He's slowed down now to 155.
Well, that's still pretty.
I'm being facetious because he's been running 155s and 154s the entire race. So he hasn't broken stride, even though he must know Roland Sands is no longer a threat.
Well, he's going to know right now when he comes by, because he had already gone by his pit board before they could signal to say, hey, Roland's out. So unless he hasn't taken a look over his shoulder, he's going to see right now that he has a big lead.
Well, it's 26.3 seconds over Roland Sands. And Roland did hold on to second spot. That's how far back everybody else is in this 250 Grand Prix race. But Rich Oliver now on cruise control. In fact, Randy Renfro in third is 37 seconds behind our race leader, 13 behind Roland Sands. He's got a battle going with Jason DeSalvo. That's probably the best action on the track.
Well, Rich right here is just being smooth and checking out. I mean, his sticker solution back Yamaha is running great. He's doing a fantastic job.
Let's take a commercial break. Right now, Rich Oliver in total control here at the 250 Grand Prix at Daytona Bike Week.
Your goal is closer than you think. Introducing the ProForm 995 SEL treadmill. Follow the iFit 8-week workout program and you'll get results guaranteed. iFit gives you professional instruction and feedback.
You're in your target heart rate zone.
High-energy music and motivational coaching.
Keep up that energy. You're doing great.
You'll get professional nutrition advice and interactive workout programs that automatically adjust your fitness equipment.
Okay, now let's take it uphill.
With ProForm and iFit, you're just 8 weeks away from a better body guaranteed, or your money back.
Wow.
Get the ProForm 995 SEL with iFit technology today for as little as $35 per month. Call now and receive iFit's 8 weeks to a better body absolutely free. You'll get 8 interactive workout CDs, instructional video, and nutrition guide, a $120 value free just for ordering.
Back here at Daytona Bike Week 2001, you're looking at the battle for third place. I'm Marty Reed along with Thomas Stevens, Dave Reef down in pit lane, and it is Randy Renfro in front of Jason DeSalvo and Jim Felice. Those are the 3 bikes you see there. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They are nowhere in sight as far as the race leader, Rich Oliver. But they have got a great battle going on, and looks like DeSalvo is going to try and take the position away, and does, from Randy Renfro as they head for the stripe.
Jason's doing a great job. He used the power of that Honda just to come right by that Yamaha, but Randy Renfro, definitely a grizzled veteran. I mean, this guy has been around. He's almost old enough to have a son.
Well,
same age as Jason DeSalvo.
Yes, he could. I mean, he's 45 years old. Just had well, he will be 45, I should say, in April. So, you know, from that standpoint, yeah, I mean, he's holding up the generic set very well.
I just hope his teeth don't fall out.
Well, I'll tell you, the vibrations are bad enough sometimes. Looking at young Jason DeSalvo, his future is all in front of him. The teenager doing a lot of racing over in Europe and has done very well. And, of course, Jim Felice now on the outside through the hairpin, trying to make the pass stick, can't get it done.
And Jimmy Felice is doing a good job. I spoke to him earlier in the week, and one thing he said about being at Daytona, got to have speed. And they were kind of fighting it because it's a new program they put together for this year with Corbin as a sponsor. So naturally, it's taken them a little while to get that bike up to speed.
Felice, the veteran from Modesto, California. And you were talking about speed, and you can see how far back he is from the other 2 that are right in front of him. There is Renfro ducking underneath once again. Jason DeSalvo to take over that 3rd spot.
Jason's doing a great job. He came back underneath Randy right there on the brakes. You know, this kid doesn't have any respect for these older guys. He's just shoving it in there wherever he possibly can.
Slower traffic up ahead of all 3 of these riders, and whoa, getting a little tight there. Enough room, but it may have allowed Renfro to duck underneath again, and yes, as of right now, he has taken over that 3rd spot.
Well, I know exactly what Jimmy Felice is saying right here. He's just saying go up there and race with these guys so they can create a 2-man draft to be able to pull him along, and you can see he's right back in the mix.
Coming by the stripe this time, who will be officially listed as third? Jimmy Felice. DeSalvo fourth. Renfro back to the fifth spot.
Oh, man!
What is that course worker doing out there? Holy smokes. Felice has got to be wondering how in the world he kept from hitting him.
Man, this is just too close. What the heck was going on there? Oh, my goodness, she almost got hit.
And then hesitates, and look at the recovery that Felice just leans it up, and luckily he misses him.
Oh, my goodness. I know Jimmy's just going, what the heck is going on? He just shook his head afterwards thinking, almost took that guy out, corner worker.
I am sure there is going to be a discussion between the chief steward and his staff after this one. There is Felice. The hardest part is, how do you keep your focus now?
Well, Jim's been around a long time, so his head's back down. He's already put that incident behind him because, you know, you just got to focus on the race. There's too much going on as far as trying to get away from these two guys behind you.
While all this is going on, we'll let you know Rich Oliver's lead is about 30 seconds over Roland Sands, so everything in control up front. We're staying with the best battle on the racetrack, and you're looking at it. It is Felice, DeSalvo, and Renfro in that order, third, fourth, and fifth.
Great battle, though. I mean, these guys are definitely giving this Jason DeSalvo some education right here, but I'm sure Jason's just in his helmet just smiling all the way around because he's going, you know, this is great. I'm out here racing with a national champion, a former USGP winner, Jimmy Felice. I know when I was a kid coming up and I got to race against the bigger names and finally run with them, I mean, it was fantastic.
Heading for the stripe one more time, and heading for also turn number one, where we are told there is a oil flag and a medical flag in that station coming up just here. And there you see the waving yellow, so everybody's got to slow down. Felice makes his way through.
One thing to speak about coming into that instant, these guys really got to watch themselves as far as passing slower riders under a waving yellow. It's a good way to get yourself penalized.
3 laps to go, as you can tell on the upper left-hand portion of your screen. I'm sure Felice was glad that there was a waving yellow there, because after what happened the lap before, the last thing he wanted to do is have another close call.
Well, one thing to go back, though, as far as the corner workers, I mean, these people really put their lives on the line. You could see that right there. What they were trying to do was clean some debris off the track, but obviously the communications got mixed up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, obviously they're not trying to get in the way, and they're trying to do the best job they can, and you're right, it certainly was a communication breakdown, but boy, it was so close to being a disaster. Meanwhile, the race continues. We can tell you the lead is still 29 seconds by Rich Oliver over Roland Sands. Here is the battle for third. It's Jim Felice, Jason DeSalvo, and Randy Renfro. They are all 45 seconds behind Rich Oliver. The king is back.
Oh, yeah, but Roland Sands, though, he definitely held the banner up there for a while, and hopefully he's going to run the whole series this year because he definitely has picked it up.
Well, I hope the younger guys will forgive me. I've got to pull for Renfro here. I mean, he's holding up the Geritol bunch very well, and of course, me being a member of that club, I like to see the old guys pull it out every now and then.
Well, speaking of those riders that when I was coming up, that, you know, it was one of those guys was Randy Renfro. I mean, he had already won a Formula Championship, and I mean, this guy was really fast, and then to be able to get up there and race with him, it was just a pleasure.
We've got to take a commercial break. Rich Oliver has everything in control. 2 laps left here at Daytona.
Your goal is closer than you think. Introducing the ProForm 995 SEL treadmill. Follow the iFit 8-week workout program and you'll get results guaranteed. iFit gives you professional instruction and feedback.
You're in your target heart rate zone.
High-energy music and motivational coaching.
Keep up that energy. You're doing great.
You'll get professional nutrition advice and interactive workout programs that automatically adjust your fitness equipment.
Okay, now let's take it uphill.
With ProForm and iFit, you're just 8 weeks away from a better body guaranteed, or your money back.
Wow.
Get the ProForm 995 SEL with iFit technology today for as little as $35 per month. Call now and receive iFit's 8 weeks to a better body absolutely free. You'll get 8 interactive workout CDs, instructional video, and nutrition guide, a $120 value free just for ordering.
Hey, this is David Justice.
Trace McGrady.
Eddie George.
Roy Jones Jr.
Matt Hoffman.
Tim Hardaway. Hi, I'm Samuel Sosa.
Barrett Christie.
Vinny France.
Blue Crocodile. This is Ab Super Judah.
You guys gonna see how I'm living every day by the day.
This is the life.
The life.
This is the life. The life.
The life.
This is the life.
The life.
The life. Life story of mine.
The life.
The life. Check it out.
The Life, presented by Sprite. Saturdays at 10 a.m. and Wednesday afternoons on ESPN.
Back here at Daytona Bike Week 2001, you're looking at the battle for third place. I'm Marty Reed along with Thomas Stevens. Dave Reef down in pit lane, and it is Randy Renfro in front of Jason DeSalvo and Jim Felice. Those are the three bikes you see there. That's third, fourth, and fifth. They are nowhere in sight as far as the race leader, Rich Oliver. But they have got a great battle going on, and looks like DeSalvo is going to try and take the position away, and does, from Randy Renfro as they head for the stripe.
Jason's doing a great job. He used the power of that Honda just to come right by that Yamaha, but Randy Renfro, definitely a grizzled veteran. I mean, this guy has been around. He's almost old enough to have a son. Well, same age as Jason DeSalvo.
Yes, he could. I mean, he's 45 years old. Just had a, well, he will be 45, I should say, in April. So, you know, from that standpoint, yeah, I mean, he's holding up the generic set very well.
I just hope his teeth don't fall out.
Well, I'll tell you, the vibrations are bad enough sometimes. Looking at young Jason DeSalvo, his future is all in front of him. The teenager doing a lot of racing over in Europe and has done very well. And, of course, Jim Felice now on the outside through the hairpin, trying to make the pass stick, can't get it done.
And Jimmy Felice is doing a good job. I spoke to him earlier in the week, and one thing he said about being at Daytona, got to have speed. And they were kind of fighting it because it's a new program they put together for this year with Corbin as the sponsor. So naturally, it's taken them a little while to get that bike up to speed.
Felice, the veteran from Modesto, California. And you were talking about speed, and you can see how far back he is from the other two that are right in front of him. There is Renfro ducking underneath once again. Jason DeSalvo to take over that third spot.
Jason's doing a great job. He came back underneath Randy right there on the brakes. You know, this kid doesn't have any respect for these older guys. He's just shoving it in there wherever he possibly can.
Slower traffic up ahead of all three of these riders, and whoa, getting a little tight there. Enough room, but it may have allowed Renfro to duck underneath again, and yes, as of right now, he has taken over that third spot.
Well, I know exactly what Jimmy Felice is saying right here. He's just saying go up there and race with these guys so they can create a two-man draft to be able to pull him along, and you can see he's right back in the mix.
Coming by the stripe this time, who will be officially listed as third? Jimmy Felice. DeSalvo fourth, Renfro back to the fifth spot.
Oh, man!
What is that course worker doing out there? Holy smokes. Felice has got to be wondering how in the world he kept from hitting him.
Man, this is just too close. What the heck was going on there? Oh, my goodness, she almost got hit.
And then hesitates, and look at the recovery that Felice just leans it up, and luckily he misses him.
Oh, my goodness. I know Jimmy's just going, what the heck is going on? He just shook his head afterwards thinking, almost took that gal out, or guy out, corner worker.
I am sure there is going to be a discussion between the chief steward and his staff after this one. There is Felice. The hardest part is, how do you keep your focus now?
Well, Jim's been around a long time, so his head's back down. He's already put that incident behind him because, you know, you just got to focus on the race. There's too much going on as far as trying to get away from these two guys behind you.
While all this is going on, we'll let you know Rich Oliver's lead is about 30 seconds over Roland Sands, so everything in control up front. We're staying with the best battle on the racetrack, and you're looking at it. It is Felice, DeSalvo, and Renfro in that order, third, fourth, and fifth.
Great battle, though. I mean, these guys are definitely giving this Jason DeSalvo some education right here, but I'm sure Jason's just in his helmet just smiling all the way around because he's going, you know, this is great. I'm out here racing with a national champion, a former USGP winner, Jimmy Felice. I know when I was a kid coming up and I got to race against the bigger names and finally run with them, I mean, it was fantastic.
Heading for the stripe one more time, and heading for also turn number one, where we are told there is a oil flag and a medical flag in that station coming up just here. And there you see the waving yellow, so everybody's got to slow down. Felice makes his way through.
One thing to speak about coming into that instant, these guys really got to watch themselves as far as passing slower riders under a waving yellow. It's a good way to get yourself penalized.
3 laps to go, as you can tell on the upper left-hand portion of your screen. I'm sure Felice was glad that there was a waving yellow there, because after what happened the lap before, the last thing he wanted to do is have another close call.
Well, one thing to go back, though, as far as the corner workers, I mean, these people really put their lives on the line. You could see that right there. What they were trying to do was clean some debris off the track, but obviously the communications got mixed up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously they're not trying to get in the way, and they're trying to do the best job they can, and you're right, it certainly was a communication breakdown, but boy, it was so close to being a disaster. Meanwhile, the race continues. We can tell you the lead is still 29 seconds by Rich Oliver over Roland Sands. Here is the battle for third. It's Jim Felice, Jason DeSalvo, and Randy Renfro. They are all 45 seconds behind Rich Oliver. The king is back.
Oh, yeah, but Roland Sands, though, he definitely held the banner up there for a while, and hopefully he's going to run the whole series this year because he definitely has picked it up.
Well, I hope the younger guys will forgive me. I've got to pull for Renfro here. I mean, he's holding up the Geritol bunch very well, and of course, me being a member of that club, I like to see the old guys pull it out every now and then.
Well, speaking of those riders that when I was coming up, that, you know, it was one of those guys was Randy Renfro. I mean, he had already won a Formula Championship, and I mean, this guy was really fast, and then to be able to get up there and race with him, it was just a pleasure.
We've got to take a commercial break. Rich Oliver has everything in control. 2 laps left here at Daytona.
You know, ideas and inventions come from people in all walks of life, and most of the century's top inventions came from individuals, not companies. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? Are you interested in trying to submit your idea to companies for a good faith review and in trying to patent it as well? If so, Invention Submission Corporation has information to help you get started. ISC is America's largest inventor service firm with over 50 offices nationwide. Call this toll-free number now to see how to get this free information. The information includes forms to assure confidentiality, a form to record and date your idea, plus an informative brochure that explains how to submit your idea to companies through ISC's data bank and how to apply for a patent. Even if you only have an idea for improving an existing product, you'll want to call now for ISC's free information.
For your inventor's information, call toll-free 1-800-652-0101. That's 1-800-652-0101.
Get a jump on the big weekend with a celebration of college basketball's elite Men's Player of the Year, the Wade Trophy for Women's Player of the Year, and more. Capital One presents ESPN the Magazine's College Basketball Awards, Wednesday at 7 on ESPN.
The world's best stock car drivers want you to come to their 4th of July party, the Pepsi 400 at Daytona International Speedway.
The 88 team loves Daytona, and we want to win there again in July.
We won the Pepsi 400 last July, and we're going to have a blast this year, too.
Super Speedway racing is better than ever, and I can't wait for the Pepsi 400.
For tickets, visit our website or call 904-253-RACE. The Pepsi 400, Saturday night, July 7th. Don't miss this party.
Back here at Daytona, this is 250 Grand Prix action, and you are looking at the battle for third. It is Randy Renfro on that number 2 Yamaha getting around the slower traffic. Jim Felice right behind him on the number 3, and then Jason DeSalvo, the teenager, in the 5th spot. Up front, Rich Oliver now has a 29-second lead over Roland Sands. These guys are 47 seconds behind the race leader, so everything's holding station during the commercial break with the 2 guys up front. The battle here for third has been truly impressive.
Well, as we count down the last couple laps, I mean, these guys are just trying to look ahead, try to pick up some lap traffic, maybe where they can get that break they need to, you know, be able to pull away from these guys to where they're unable to use the draft to come back past them.
Well, for Renfro, who you're looking at right there, his best finish last year was second at Brainerd. He's running in third right now, would love to make the podium. The only way anybody is going to get around Oliver and Sands is if the 2 of them have major problems. We are on the final lap for our race leader. Rich Oliver. We've been focusing on this battle because these three guys have put on a great show for us here at Daytona. That fourth bike there is lap traffic. Or wait a minute, no, I may be wrong there. That may be Palander. He has reeled in DeSalvo. Let's go back to Rich Oliver. He's on the final lap in cruise control. He has slowed it down a tad to a 1-minute 56-second pace.
Well, Rich is watching his pit board. He knows he's got this thing pretty much covered since Roland made that mistake. It was great to see Roland be able to make a mistake like that, still get up, finish in the winner's circle, and only lose a couple points.
He is still in second position as we speak by a 17-second margin over Randy Renfro. But right now, Rich Oliver making a statement that 2001 is going to start off with a victory, and he is going to be the guy you're going to have to deal with all season long in 250 Grand Prix action.
I mean, to give you an example, you can't see it at home how far Rich Oliver is in the lead. He's going into the chicane off the back straightaway, and the battle for third, they haven't even come out of the West End Horseshoe. I mean, Rich Oliver is just checked out in this 250 Grand Prix race.
For Rich, he won it back in 1990, then again in 95, 96, and 97 here at Daytona International Speedway. So this will be victory number 5 for Rich Oliver as he is making his way around turn 4 on the high banks for the final time on this 18-lap 250 Grand Prix race. A wave into the air, and yes, there is your winner. And there's a very happy Jocelyn. She did a great job, gave him all the horsepower he needed. Second place will be Roland Sands. He has still got to make his way, and that battle for third continues. Let's pick it up in the chicane. There is Randy Renfro, Jim Felice, and then Jason DeSalvo. That's third, fourth, and fifth.
Well, out of this group of bikes, it looks like Jimmy Felice doesn't have the fastest bike, and you can see right there Randy Renfro pulling low down on the bank and trying to break that draft. Here comes Jason DeSalvo. He's doing a great job of Felice.
Whoa! Those guys are playing rough. That is very, very dangerous territory. It is going to be third place going to Renfro. Sands has already crossed the stripe, 32 seconds back. Here comes Renfro, 48 seconds behind our winner. And who got the fourth spot? Jimmy Felice, with the youngster DeSalvo finishing a very close fifth. Boy, that got a little rough out there.
Those guys were banging off each other right there. I mean, Jason wasn't showing any respect for Jimmy Felice, and Jimmy Felice pretty much moved right over on him to try to break that draft up a little bit.
So Renfro doesn't know all the excitement that was going on behind him on that last corner of the last lap. Meanwhile, Rich Oliver is just cruising around, heading for victory lane, and that's where we'll find him when we come back to Daytona.
More riders, more classes, more championships, more than ever. Suzuki, rising stars to superstars.
If you like rock music with some juice, we've got it covered. Now, Cornerstone Promotions brings you Power Rock, a collection of 34 high-voltage classics.
You got me running, going out of my mind. You got me thinking that I'm wasting my time. Don't bring me down. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. Can't scratch dreamer. You got you. Keep on running.
Power Rock features 34 of the legendary bands and greatest hits of classic rock, all in one hot collection. Is not sold in stores, so call this toll-free number now. Call Call this toll-free number now for Power Rock. 2 cassettes, $19.98, 2 CDs, $26.98, plus $4.95 shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
Back here at Daytona, celebration for 39-year-old Rich Oliver as he racks up his 5th win here at Daytona and career victory number 50. Let's take a look at the top 10. It's Rich Oliver, Roland Sands, Randy Renfro, Jim Felice, and Jason DeSalvo. What a great battle, 3rd through 5th. Truly was. And as you look at positions 6 through 10, we'll make our way down to victory lane, get caught up with our winner. Here's Dave Reed.
Well, the helmet comes off Rich Oliver as he takes his 5th win here at the Daytona International Raceway, and more importantly, it would be career win number 50 for the 250 GP riders. He's talking things over. Rich, got to ask you, man, congratulations on getting 50 here.
Oh, yeah, 50 wins, man. And what a way to do it, huh? I mean, we had a great battle, and I didn't want to just cruise to it. It was a tough race. Roland rode great. He pushed me hard. I pushed him hard. I mean, that's what 250 racing should be. Just like that, right at the front, going for the win. And I'm happy we came out on top because I really wanted to get the 50th win here after breaking down last year. So Jocelyn did a wonderful job with the bike, and we just, we're real happy.
You guys kept a torrid pace in that event.
Yeah, you know, I figured that Roland would, he's a lot younger than I am. So I figured, you know, I'd probably get tired first. So I figured I'd just keep pushing him and see if he'd make a mistake. And I'm not sure exactly what happened, but all of a sudden he was gone. And I wasn't sure if his bike broke or if something happened, but I thought I better just keep on riding and keep on trucking. So I was just doing my same thing every lap, and Roland was staying right with me. And it was a very impressive ride for him.
Mr. Daytona, the 250 class right here.
Woo! And as you might expect, checking the top 5 in the point standings, and when you only have one race in the books, it mirrors exactly the top 5 finish. Let's go down to victory lane one more time. Catch up with 2nd place. Here's Dave Reed.
Roland Sands comes home 2nd. I know it's not the position you wanted. What happened out there?
You know, my crew did a great job this weekend. Todd Silicato, man, he did a hell of a job on the bike. You know, but I think we came up a little bit short in the main. Rich definitely had a little bit of power on us, but our bike was set up so well. You know, I was able to ride fairly well through the infield and trying to stay with him really. But
what happened when you went down? We're taking a look at the crash right now.
You know, I was just trying to catch him in the infield. I was losing a little bit on the banking, so I just was really trying to get it in there hot and make up some time, and a little bit too fast, I guess, tuck the front, but, you know, didn't hurt the bike much. I think the bike kind of bent the bike a little bit, you know, maybe crossed the front end up, so it started sliding after I started riding again, but it's good stuff.
Are we chasing championship points?
We'll see.
After a finish like that, I think it's looking good so far.
Well, the fans aren't leaving, and that's because we've still got one more race to bring you yet this afternoon, the Buell Pro Thunder Division. When we come back to Daytona, the celebration continues. Meanwhile, in victory lane, the 250 Grand Prix action.